Hi, today is June 4th, 2026, and here are my poems for the day. The first one is poem number 859 for the year, Disappointed. As I waited outside to get into the Allen Ginsberg's 100th birthday memorial reading, there was a guy wearing a Tom Robinson Band shirt, which was crazy because I had been listening to Tom Robinson Band earlier that day, yesterday. So I said to the guy, "Is that a Tom Robinson Band shirt?" And he was like, "No." And I was like, "Come fucking on." Not to him, to myself. And I Googled the cover of the Power and the Darkness album, and it was the exact same drawing of the upraised fist, like exactly the same. And I showed the guy the album cover, and I was like, "See?" Because I didn't want the guy to think I was crazy, but maybe the guy thought I was crazy anyway. He seemed to want me to just go away. And let me say that I'm not disappointed in the guy for not knowing he was wearing a Tom Robinson Band shirt. I'm disappointed in the guy for not caring. Poem number 860, Secret Code. The Tom Robinson Band shirt that the guy was wearing just had the fist logo. There was no writing on it. The band was probably best known for their song Glad to Be Gay, a song which came out before even the first issue of Out magazine came out, so before people were outed as gay, or before, more often, they came out on their own. So I thought maybe the Tom Robinson Band sold shirts with just the logo on them so that people could wear the shirt to announce without announcing that they were gay. So if you saw the shirt and you were gay or an ally, you could give a knowing nod. But if you were the type to beat someone up for being gay, maybe you wouldn't recognize the logo, so you wouldn't know to beat that guy up. So the shirt was maybe a secret code to let people know you were gay, or maybe to let people know you're into fisting. I don't know. Poem number 861, The Right Amount. Not too many people, and not too few, asked me if I was performing that night when they saw me standing in front of the venue before the Allen Ginsberg's 100th birthday memorial reading. Enough people to make me grateful that people still know who I am, and maybe even know how important Allen Ginsberg was to me, and that I would have been honored if I had been asked, but not so many people that I would have gotten annoyed and started wondering to myself why the fuck I wasn't asked. I mean, I have known the organizer for like 40 years, for fuck's sake. I think he probably knew how much I loved Ginsberg and how I have probably ripped off Ginsberg more than any other poet. In fact, yesterday morning I got a DM from someone saying how Sink was their favorite poem of mine, and Sink is totally ripped off from the footnote to Howl. Holy, 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 all is holy in the Sink. I could have read a bit of the footnote last night, and then I could have read Sink, or probably I would have read Sink first because the footnote is better. But as I sat there watching the reading, I barely even thought about any of that. So what I'm saying is the number of people who asked me if I was performing at the Allen Ginsberg's 100th birthday memorial reading was the right amount. Poem number 862, Response. My favorite part of the Allen Ginsberg's 100th birthday marathon performance extravaganza was Danny Schott recounting an interaction that he had had with the great man when he, Danny, was 19. After reading, he handed Ginsberg a poem that he had recently written. After looking at it for 10 seconds, Ginsberg began to critique it. Danny stopped him immediately and insisted that Ginsberg take some time with the poem and then to say what he thought. Allen's response came by mail 10 days later, and Danny read it to us last night. And it was such good advice that afterwards I messaged Danny to ask if the response had been published anywhere. Danny wrote back to say that yes, it had been published, and that he will send me the book, which is great because I believe I could learn a lot from that response. Perhaps if I learn whatever Danny learned, then the next time there is an Allen Ginsberg's birthday memorial reading, I too will be asked to read. And the last poem of the day, poem number 863, Back from Behind. As I bicycled back home from the Allen Ginsberg's 100th birthday memorial reading, I heard extremely loud cheering coming from several bars along 3rd Avenue. It sounded like the Knicks were coming back from behind in the first game of the NBA playoffs. After docking my bike, I checked my phone, and the Knicks were winning 86-84 with the fourth quarter about half over. I was a little proud of myself for correctly identifying coming back from behind cheering, but not too proud. All right, that's it. Thank you. I appreciate you.